Alright, hey, HadesOmega here, and welcome to another HadesOmega Moto Garage video, alright? Well, it's not in the garage, but this video is about it. So I just realized that it's been a year since I've had the system all built and everything, and I haven't done anything to it, alright? And I updated the diagram, but I never made a video about it. So that's what this video is, okay? So we're gonna go over the new system diagram for the HadesOmega Moto Solar Garage, and then that'll be the end of the video, okay? And then yeah, all I have to say is it's been running for about a year. I did a video about the power analysis for the whole year. Check that video out, that'll be a future one. And yeah, it's been running good. All right, I have to say during the winter time there's not enough power in the winter time, and that's kind of a given, man. It's cloudy, you know, so there's just clouds and rain and everything. You make less than half the power you do in the summertime. So but that's just the nature of solar power, guys. So maybe adding more solar panels and batteries in the future would be good for wintertime. Okay. All right. So without further ado, let's go check out the latest HadesOmega Solar Power Garage system diagram. All right, and here it is. All right, this is the good old MS Paint system diagram of the HadesOmega Solar Garage. All right, you can see here, HadesOmega Moto Solar Garage. Okay, yes, it's the same old diagram. All we did is add on to it. Okay, so so yeah, and I'm just gonna go all through everything from the beginning. All right, guys, it's been a while since I've looked at this, but yeah, so here we go. We've got 3 strings now, guys. 3 strings of solar panels I've had on the roof for about more than a year now. Okay, so string 1, all right, has a 340 watt panel that's equal to 320 watts, right? Oh yeah, okay. And then I've got 2 320 watt panels. All right, they're the which one is that one? That's this one, all right. That's the Trina one. I got the 1 Trina and the 2 Jinko. So why it makes this why the 340 watt panel becomes a 320 is because the lowest power the lowest power solar panel is what you're when it's in series. That's what it's like. Okay, so the lowest solar panel is 320 watts, these two, right? So that makes this 340 watt a 320 watt. Okay, so that's how I'm getting that number, guys. Okay, so yeah, there's the 2, so that's 640 watts and 320 watts for a total of, what was it? It's 960 watts for the first string. Okay, I should have put the total somewhere, man. Oh, anyway, the totals are all down here. It doesn't really matter. Okay, and string 2 was the most powerful one. All right, those were the CSUN 380 watt panels. All right, that was the second string that I installed. All right, that's the one on the lower part on the left side of the roof. Okay, guys, and in series, that string 2 makes 1,140 watts. All right, that's 380 watt panels. All right, and then string 3 was 3 of those Jinko solar panels. I probably should buy another set of those, man. But and they're 320 watts, so that's a total for 960 watts. Okay, basically the same as the first string. Yeah, so and then we have these in parallel, right? So in total we have 3,060 watts, or 3.06 kilowatts of solar panels. Okay, that's a lot. That's way more than our thing can. But when the solar panel says it does 320 watts, it's not going to do 320 watts all the time. All right, that's at its I'm gonna say that's when it's at its peak efficiency. All right, guys, and it's not always at its peak efficiency. All right. It could be dirty, or whatever, not enough sunlight, or there's a shade somewhere. Yeah, man, there's all sorts of factors. All right, but anyway, yeah, that's how it goes. So we went from, well, anyway, now we have a 40 volt 9 amps in series. All right, So yeah, so each solar panel is like 40 volts or something, and then it's 9 amps in series times 3, so that gives us 120 volts and 9 amps. Okay, when you have it in series, the voltage goes up, but the current stays the same. Okay, and that's what you want. Voltage is easier to move through a wire. Okay, guys. And then now we have 3 in parallel. Okay, so basically we take that 120, yeah, so it's 120 volts and 9 amps, right? And then we put that in parallel, so that's 9 times 3 is 27 amps. All right, so that's how much power, that's how we get this number. All right, the 3060 watts. All right, when you multiply 120 volts times 27, that's 3060 watts, guys. Okay, yeah, I know I'm doing a electronics lesson here, guys. Okay, yeah, HadesOmega took basic electronics, man, in college, and I'm using it finally. Okay, anyway, yeah, so these are the so yeah, this is what it was before. There was 2 in parallel, all right, and then I think we had some kind of funky setup here, but yeah, now we have 3 in parallel. Okay, so we're outputting a third, pretty much, more power. And then this is like, I think these are estimations of how much power you'd make. All right, and these are like previous estimations. All right, but we have basically we have 3.06 kilowatts, right, or 3060 watts times 5 hours of what is it, of sun. All right, sunshine. Good luck with that. 5 hours of sunshine. Okay, guys. So here's the GrowWatt app on the desktop computer, and if you look at, I know if you've been watching all my other videos, you should know this, but so here's a good day. This is a good day of sunshine here, guys. All right, sorta. It's kind of jaggedy, but on a day of good power, your power curve is going to be a bell curve. All right, guys, it's going to be low. It's going to start low, it's going to go up, and then it's going to peak, and then it's going to start going down. All right, and down until it makes no more power. Okay, it's a bell curve. So even if you did, let's say, I think this is 5 hours. Let's see, this is 8 to, that's like 8 hours. Yeah, that's 8. That's 8 hours of power production, right? But like you're really at your peak power for maybe an hour. Okay, guys. So yeah, that 5 hours estimation was not, it's not very accurate, guys. Okay, but oh, so this tells you how fast you can charge the battery bank. Okay, and we didn't go over the battery bank yet. All right, so let's go over that before we go over the calculation right here. Okay, so I kind of got ahead of myself. So now we have 2 battery banks, guys. All right, remember I had the 1 battery crate, and now we have the 2 battery crates. All right, and basically I just added an exactly the same one. All right, I hate to say it, the second battery crate, the batteries were not as good, in my opinion, guys. If you want less headaches with your batteries, buy brand new batteries. All right, guys. Brand new batteries are what you want, man. But yeah, sometimes you get lucky, like the first batch I got, and that one was actually pretty good. All right. Anyway, so we have 8 Vericore batteries. All right, at 3.5 volts, and they're 280 amp hours. All right, they're lithium iron phosphate cells. All right, and there's 8 of them. They're connected in series, so 8 times 3.5. Is that right? That's 8 times 3. 8 times 3 is 24. It's not quite 24 volts, but it's close to 24 volts, guys. Hold on, let me calculate that. That's not 24. It's a little more than 24, actually. It's 8 times 3.5. It's actually 28 volts. It's a lot. What the freak? Anyway, supposedly that's around 24 volts, guys. All right. So when it's in series, it's 24 volts. Oh no, it's 2.8. What did I get the 3.5? Yeah, it's 2.8. Hold on. Hold on. It's 2.8 times 8, which is 24 or 22.4. Okay, yeah. Huh. That may be wrong. I'm not sure. Anyway, you get somewhere. You get about 24 volts, guys. All right, because it's a 24 volt system. All right, the inverter is 24 volts. So that's 24 volts times 280 amp hours. That gives us 6.72 kilowatt hours, or 6,720 watt hours. Okay, and then you add those two together. All right, so you have another one. All right, and you have it in parallel. All right, so you've got a series here, another series here, and then you put them in parallel. So you got a series parallel. When you do that, it increases the capacity. All right, it increases the capacity, but not the voltage. All right, guys. And so our total capacity is 13.44 kilowatts, or 13,440 watt hours. Okay, guys. So it would take at like 100 watts, it would take 13.4 hours to drain that battery. Okay, so pretty good. All right. Okay, each one has a Dali 8S BMS. If you remember correctly, I could not find the proper BMS. All right, I couldn't find the one that I had last time, so I bought a one of the smart BMSs at a, and this one does 200 amps. All right, and I've never seen the current gauge go past, like, maybe I've never seen the current gauge go past 150 amps. All right, guys, that's you're moving a lot of power at like 250 amps. Okay. So I thought, 200 is fine. Okay. And then it's going to a shunt, and that's my little battery monitor here. Okay, guys. And then there's a fuse. There's a fuse before it gets to the inverter. Okay. Right. Yeah. There's the breaker. There's the resettable breaker here. That's what that is. I'm trying to figure out what the hell did I put there. Okay. There's also another. There's another fuse. Did I not put it? Yeah. There's no fuse. Okay. Anyway, there should be a fuse here. All right, guys. There's another fuse like somewhere here. Okay, so I was looking at that fuse. I was like, there should be another one. There's a fuse right here for the solar panel wiring. Okay, guys. Also, if you guys are wondering how I got this all wired, we've got the Bouge RV 3 branch connectors. All right, the 3-to-1 branch connectors. Okay, we got the 3 negatives and 3 positives, and then they go. It puts them in parallel. All right, that's how you connect these in parallel. We use the branch connectors, right? And it goes to the inverter, all right? So we got the solar panels going to the inverter, and then we got the batteries going to the inverter, okay, guys? And we have and the inverter is a grow watt, 24 volt, 3,000 watt inverter, all right? So it can handle up to 3,000 watts, which is roughly, I don't know, man. I'm guessing it's like around 100, around like 150 amps or something. Okay, it's a hybrid off-grid inverter, guys. So what if you're new here and you don't know what this inverter does, what a hybrid off-grid inverter is? It's basically it's an off-grid inverter, all right, that runs off the batteries, but it's also connected to the grid. All right, that's why we have grid AC here. So it's plugged into an outlet in my garage that has grid power. All right, but it doesn't. There's different modes you can set it in, guys, but you cannot backfeed the grid with this inverter. All right, basically, you run your loads off of the battery. All right, you use the battery to run your loads. And then when the charge in the battery gets to a certain voltage, it has an automatic transfer switch, and instead of drawing power from the batteries, it starts drawing power from the grid. Okay, guys? Did you get that? Yeah. All right. Yeah. And then you have your loads. Okay, and so all the loads are on this side. Okay. And nothing changed, all right, guys? So I'll just briefly go over it, all right? There's the breaker box, and then from the breaker box, I've got 4 different outlets in the garage. Okay, I got an outlet going to the sprinkler system. Okay, yeah, okay, I think I know what it is. Okay, so I've got an outlet. There's an outlet right next to the inverter. All right, guys, that's what this one is. It's sprinkler system, but yeah, there's a little box that powers the sprinkler system in my garage, and that's where kind of the outlet is. Okay, there's one outlet on the other side of the garage that powers my compressors. All right, and all the other outlets like my router and all that stuff for the internet. And then I've got one going to the washing machine area, and then one going to my little work table and my garage door opener. Okay, and that's pretty much it. All right, and then there's a ground for everything, and then okay, now we're gonna go over the calculations that I mentioned earlier. Okay, so you've got 3,060 watts of okay. We're gonna go from the beginning, guys. 3,060 watts times 5 hours of sunshine. All right, if you're lucky. All right, in a perfect world, guys. Then so that means we're making 5.3 kilowatts a day. All right, and then so we've got a 13.44 kilowatt hour battery, and we've got this this solar power coming in. All right, the 15.3 kilowatts of solar. Yeah. 15.3 kilowatts of solar. So what this means is you take the battery capacity and you divide it by your solar power charging rates, right? And we can charge this battery bank in 0.87 days. All right. What I've noticed is you could charge the battery banks in 1 day. All right. If you get a really good day of sunshine, you could charge it all the way. Maybe or maybe not. Just shy of it. So yeah, this 0.87 days figure is about right. All right. In the summertime, you could probably charge it up in 1 day, man. We'll have enough sunshine. Okay, and so with that, that is the updated diagram for the HadesOmega Moto Solar Garage. All right. I think I mentioned in a previous video what upgrades we could do in the future. All right. I've done a bunch of little projects for the solar garage, so check those videos out. I'll be posting them after this video. Okay. One of them is lighting in the garage, and the power analysis. All right, the power analysis for 2023. All right, it's 2024 when I'm making this video right now. Okay, so but yeah, I've gone over the power analysis for 2023. Okay, every year I go over it. All right, yeah, and you know it just does its thing. I've also I made a video about it, but I also found the correct settings to set the battery at, so it doesn't die on me. All right, it doesn't do that error code 8, like it freaks out when the battery's fully charged. It doesn't do that anymore. Okay, but I still don't like to leave it sitting around with like a full charge. Okay, if possible, use that power. You're just wasting solar power, man. In my opinion. All right, so I try to use it every day. All right, and in the wintertime, there's just not enough power. I'm having to use the grid power like all the time now, man. It kind of sucks, dude. But when I do get a good day of sunshine, it charges it pretty good. Okay, I can't wait for like spring to get here, at least when the days get a little longer, man. I hate the wintertime. But I like it. It's nice that it's cool and stuff all the time. All right, HadesOmega is like hot weather either. So that's the system diagram for the HadesOmega Solar Garage. So I mentioned that I was going to do upgrades in the future if I have money, and 2023 was a year HadesOmega didn't have a lot of money, so I didn't do any upgrades. So in the future, HadesOmega is planning to probably first is to get another battery bank. All right. Make another battery crate, so we'll have 3 battery crates now. Okay, was it 6.7 kilowatt? Let's just say 7. I just doesn't want to do math right now. We'll have 21 kilowatts. All right, that's a lot. That's a lot of power. Yeah, about 21 kilowatts of power. That's enough. That's enough to charge my RAV4 and then some. Okay. But yeah, I always wind up eating up some like my refrigerator eats up power. You know, the lights and the router, all that stuff. They eat up power in my garage. Somebody does washing machine in my garage. Yeah, so the whole garage is powered with this system. Okay, and I'm not gonna lie, it goes down sometimes. All right, and I have to go get it back up. That type of thing. I have problems with the ground sometimes. Yeah. So anyway, that's besides the point. The upgrade was yeah, I want to add another battery bank. All right, so we're gonna add another battery crate. All right, because we want and the reason I want to do that is because I want to add another inverter. Okay, so I think the next best upgrade after the battery bank, well they go together. All right, they go together. All right, guys. Having two inverters means you can have more power, right? But if it's useless, it's kind of useless if you don't have anywhere to put the power, right? And if you're going to be using more power, you need to store more power, right? So that's why we need a bigger battery bank. Okay, so we're going to add another battery crate, and then an inverter, all right? And we're going to run a split phase, all right? So 240 volts, so we can. And the only thing in the garage that uses the split that uses 240 volts is the dryer. All right, so we'll be able to power the dryer. My mom will be happy. We can use the dryer all we want, and it's not gonna eat up at the electricity bill. Okay, I'm not sure how much that, I don't really use the dryer all that much, man. Honestly. And then we can add solar panels after that. Okay, but adding that second inverter is going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of extra wiring. All right, we're going to have to go back on the roof, but so why didn't I say add more solar panels? That'll be last. That's the last upgrade I want to do. All right, add more solar panels to the diagrams. I want to say adding the inverter is probably better because yeah, I think. Did I mention that? Yeah, I think I mentioned it in one of the videos that the charge controller is maxed out on my inverter. Okay, the charge controller maxes out at 2.5 kilowatts. It was either 2 kilowatts or 2.5 kilowatts, somewhere around there. Right, and so what I've noticed in the winter time, it's not a big deal. I never max out I never max it out, or I max it out for a very short amount of time. But in the summertime, there's so much sunlight, it plateaus. All right, you'll see the power curve. It'll go up, it'll plateau, and then it'll go down. That's power loss because the controller was maxed out. All right, the charge controller. So what do? We add two charge controllers, guys. So if you got two inverters, you have two charge controllers. So what I'm planning to do. That's why I would rather have the two inverters, because in the summertime it's going to be more efficient. Okay, it's going to maximize the power coming in from the solar panels. Okay, because we're hitting that maximum output and it plateaus. It won't plateau anymore. All right, but then we'll have two chargers, and that's going to be kind of weird managing how much data or how much power you're getting and everything. I don't know how that's going to work, because one inverter is it's simple. That's what I say. All right, but if we have two charge controllers, yeah. But so the idea is to get to connect the two of the weaker solar panels, the 320 watt solar panels strings. All right, we're gonna put those in parallel. All right, because we got three in parallel right now, right? So, but instead we're gonna take the two 320 watt solar panels and connect that to one inverter, and then we're gonna connect the most powerful one, the 380 watt solar panel, because you can only have as much power as your weakest solar panel, right? Well, if you have it on a separate home run, it'll charge even more, right? So it'll take advantage of that full 380 watts. Okay, so we really will be maximizing our solar power. Okay. It's not going to plateau anymore, and we're going to have more power coming in. All right, that power that that you missed out on because the charge controller was maxed out, we'll be getting it back. Okay, but it's kind of useless if you got nowhere to put it, and that's where the batteries come in. Okay, guys. Okay, anyway, yeah, I think I went into too much detail there. Thanks for watching. That is the HadesOmega Moto Solar Garage system diagram video. All right. Yeah, should have shot this video like a year ago, but it freaking slipped my mind. You know, I haven't been working on this project for a while, and now I've kind of done a little bit of stuff. So, all right, and so you know what's happened in the past, what's happening in the present, and now what I was planning in the future. All right, guys. All right, thanks for watching. HadesOmega out.